You've been chose to be obedient. It's obedience. They ask me what's the reason. It's obedience. The wisdom I've been given, we been needing it. Standing on your word, it ain't no leaving it. Proper structure from the Father, why not cleave to it? They be wicked in their ways, they be mistreating it. Blessed say to keep commandments, that's the only way we stand in this obedience. Yeah. Keep his word, you I can blind, how you not seeing these? His word is light unto our path, so you know we believe.
Most High never left me, I live by his rules. Enemies try to test me, but they always lose. Figure that all your wisdom, it helps me, yes, to get me through. Thank you, Father. Anything that you tell me, that's what I do. Obedience, 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 obedience. It's expedient. Obedience, 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 obedience. It's expedient. Obedience, 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 obedience.
Shalawam, shalawam, shalawam. All praises be to the Most High Yahweh and our King, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day out there. I got a great lesson put together. Hopefully this edifies somebody. And once again, Shalawam to all the Ahchs Ahchwaths out there, our brothers and sisters. And we give all praises to our Father, Yahweh, and our King, his only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. So we're going to dive right into this lesson. And I had something that I wanted to start off with first, but I said, man, I have to start off with this first. Now, if you haven't read the book of Romans, please go back and read all the book of Romans. Like I always say in all my messages or all my lessons, please go back and read the whole book. But I'm going to start with this one, okay? I pulled it up on the screen. Hopefully you can see it. And it says, this is Paul speaking, right? But sin, taking occasion by the commandment, wrought in me all manner of concupiscence. For without the law, sin was dead. This is what I really wanted to bring out, verse 9. For I was alive without the law once. And this struck me hard because I was alive without the law once. I lived in the world without knowing the laws that were given to us, right? Without knowing what the Bible said about how we should live and what we should do and what we shouldn't do. So I was alive without the law once, but when the commandment came, sin revived and I died. Man, I mean, that hit me like a ton of bricks when I first read this. Even today, as I'm reading it right now, it's still hitting me. And the commandment, which was ordained to life, I found to be unto death. For sin, taking occasion by the commandment, listen to this right here. It deceived me, and by it slew me, meaning killed me. So the sin deceived me, just like it was deceiving me when I was out there in the world before I knew the law, before I knew the Most High, before he had came to me and took the veil off of my face and showed me the truth. I was being deceived by this world. I was being deceived by sin. And then we just going to read this one, verse 12. Wherefore the law is Kadash, and the commandments are Kadash, and just and good, right? Was then that which is good made deaf unto me? Question. Right? This is how I feel at times, and this is how I felt when it came to me. Elohim forbid, but sin, that it might appear, sin, working death in me by that which is good, that sin by the commandment might become exceeding sinful. So we know that sin brings forth what? Death. But Paul was saying how he was being deceived because right here, he was alive without the law once. So was I. So this lesson is basically, that was just like a preview of something that's going into what I want to talk about. This lesson is pretty much like Do you know who you are or what you are? You know, because before I came into the truth, I believed that I knew who I was or what I was as a person, and I lived, but I live right here as it says without the law, and I was being deceived. That's why I still got this highlighted. So, do you know who or what you are? That's what the question is. That's what the lesson is about. So let's dive into it, okay? With that being said, we're going to go to a book of Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach. This is the first chapter, and we're going to start at chapter 1, verse 27. The book of Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, same book, it just has two names, right? Chapter 1, verse 27. And it says, "For the fear of Yahweh is wisdom and instructions." Remember, Paul just said he didn't have the law. He lived once without the law. So I didn't know anything about the fear. And I had no wisdom, and I had no instructions in this world. I had none of that. Even though I thought I did, I didn't. Right? I didn't have true wisdom, and I didn't have the righteous instructions that I needed in this life. I'll say that. So for fear of Yahweh is wisdom and instructions. The fear of Yahweh is the wisdom and instructions, and faith and meekness are his delight. Distrust not the fear of Yahweh when thou art poor, and come not unto him with a double heart. Right? Please don't come to the Most High with a double heart. Be true in what you say, and stay strong and stay faithful in it. I know it's not easy, and I know, hey, when you truly living for the Most High, it's hard. But just stay in it. Stay, 10 toes down. Stay steadfast as the Bible commands us to do. Right? Verse 29, it says, "Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest." And we have to pay more attention to what it is we speak and how we speak to one another. Whether it's someone of a different nation or a brother of your same nation. This is why the Bible says this. "And take good heed what thou speakest. Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men." Now I want to focus on this hypocrite for a second, because there were a lot of hypocrites in Yahweh Shai time. Let's get a little bit of that. I'm going to jump over to the Blue Letter Bible, and we're going to go to Matthew. Hold on. Let's go to Matthew 6 real quick. Matthew 6. Let's see. I think this is it. "Giving the poor a prayer, take heed." Six and 1. "Take heed that you do not do your alms before man, to be seen of them," which a lot of people do. A lot of people do. "Otherwise ye have no reward of your Father which is in the Shemayim." Right? You getting your reward by men praising you here on the earth. What I really want is verse 2. Let's get verse 2. "Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, Salakia, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the who? Hypocrites." That's what we just talked about in Sirach, right? Let's get it one more time before we dive into it. Sirach, and it says, "Be not a what? Hypocrite in the sight of man." So we went there. Now we went to Matthew chapter 6, verse 2. And it says, "Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as who? The hypocrites." That's what hypocrites do. "In the synagogues and in the streets." Synagogues are just churches, camps, buildings where people go, right? Congregate. That's all that is, right? So these are where the hypocrites do these things at, in the synagogue and in the streets, "that they may have glory of" who? Man. Look, the book of Sirach or Ecclesiastic says what? Be not a hypocrite in the sight of man. Take good heed what thou speakest. Matthew is in the book of Matthew is saying the same thing as the hypocrites do in the synagogues, that they may have the glory of who? Man. Truly, I say unto you, they have their reward. So be careful where you think you're getting your reward from. Verse 3. But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thy alms may be in what? Secret. And thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. Right? Those are the rewards that I want. I don't know about you, but I want to be rewarded from my Abba, not from men. I mean, me personally. Anyway, verse 5. This is Matthew 6 and 5. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites. There go that word again. Hypocrites. Right? There go that word again. Hypocrites. As the hypocrites are. For they love to pray standing in the synagogues, once again, in those churches, those buildings, or the camps, and in the corners of the what? Streets. Same thing. Just as, hey, it's nothing new under the sun, right? Isn't that what the book of Ecclesiastes say? There's nothing new under the sun. That they may be seen of who? Men. Once again, truly I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into your closet, and when thou shut the door, pray to thy Father, which is in secret. Why does the Father keep telling us to do everything in secret and not in front of man? The Father keeps and continues to tell us to do everything in secret and not in front of man, that when, listen, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions, as the heathens. Who use vain repetitions? The heathens. For they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking, right? So don't use that repetition, right? Say what you're going to say. The Most High know. Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before you ask. So he already know what you're going to say before you say it. So ain't no reason for you to keep saying the same thing over and over again. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Abba, which art in the Shemayim, set apart be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in the Shemayim. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amawah. For if ye forgive man their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you forgive not man their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Right? We'll go just a little bit more, and then we're going to go on back to Ecclesiastic us. Moreover, when ye fast, be not as, there go that word again, the hypocrites. It's a lot of hypocrites of a sad countenance. They got a sad face because they fasting. And they disfigure their faces that they may appear unto man to fast. Truly, I say unto you, they have their reward already. Right? But thou, when thou fast, anoint thy head and wash thy face, that thou appear not unto man to fast. So when you appear in front of somebody, you shouldn't even look like or act like you fasting at all. But unto thy Father, once again, which is in what? Secret. Once again. But unto thy Father, which is in secret, and thy Father, which seeth in secret, shall reward thee openly. And it goes on and on and on and on, and I'm not going to drag it on. But you guys can see that it's a lot of hypocrisy that's going on. And the Father is telling you when you do things, whether it's praying, whether it's fasting, whether it's giving alms, to do those things in secret where only He knows, not men, right? So hopefully, you can see that through the scriptures, right? Now let's go back to Ecclesiasticus. We left off at verse 29. I'll read it one more time and then we'll go down to 30. Be not a hypocrite in the sight of man, as we just went over in Matthew 6, and take good heed what thou speakest. Verse 30. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so Elohim discover thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of Yahweh, but thy heart is full of deceit. And we see a lot of this, a lot of people exalting themselves, giving themselves certain titles. I don't have to point them out. You guys, if you listening to this right now, you know who is exalting themselves. If you honest with yourself, giving their own self titles of man, right? Let's see what the Bible. Let me see what the Bible says about this, right? We're gonna go to Psalms. Let's go to Psalms. Proud, but exhaust the righteous, right? So we're going to go to Psalm 75, and we're going to start at verse 4. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked lift not up thy horn. Lift not up your horn on high. Speak not with a stiff neck. With a stiff neck on high. For promotion, for who? Promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But Elohim is judge, and he putteth down one and setteth up another. Who does? Elohim. No man can put you up, and no man can put you down. Only the Most High does that. He gives the order, and that's what happens. He gives the order, and that's what happens, okay? So I just wanted to bring that out real quick. That the Most High, or Elohim, is judge, and he put it down one, and he set it up another. It's very clear right here, okay? But let's move on. Let's go to the book of Sirach again, Ecclesiasticus chapter 2. Once again, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus. You can see it right here. This is in the 1611, as you can see right here, King James Version, okay? You don't have that, you should get you one. It goes about the 14 books that were taken out in the 1800s by the Protestant church, okay? Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, and I want to go down to, let me see. Listen to this, verse 1. I'll have to go here. It says, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for what? Temptation. So you already know if you come to serve Yahweh, you're going to have temptation in there. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased in thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, oh man, I got to stop moving this. I want you to see this clearly. Salakia. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient. Be patient. Man, be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. Brothers and sisters, listen to this. For gold is tried in the fire. We know this. An acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear, ye that fear Yahweh, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear Yahweh, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear Yahweh, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Oh, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahweh and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For Yahweh is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful or pitful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in a time of affliction. Listen, here it is. Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands and the sinner that goeth two ways. Which way? Being a hypocrite, as we talked about earlier. Don't be a hypocrite, as we talked about earlier. Don't exalt yourself. Only the Most High exalts you. Right? Only the Most High. I'm gonna come back to this. Let me see if let me pull this. Let me see. Let me see. Right here, 1 Peter 5. Right, 1 Peter 5:6. Listen to this. Humble yourself. Hopefully it's blew up enough. I think it is right there. 1 Peter 5:6. Humble yourself, therefore, under the mighty hand of Elohim, that he may who? Exalt you. Who's going to exalt you? Elohim. Did we not read that in Psalms? He put it one down and he exalted another one. Okay? So you can't exalt yourself. The Most High does that. Anyway, while we're here, we'll read this. Humble yourself, therefore, under the mighty hand of Elohim, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, is as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Listen to this. Whom resist steadfast in faith, knowing that the same afflictions and are accomplished in your brethren. And I'm here to tell you, brothers and sisters, that I go through the same affliction that you go through. Okay? We got to just fight through it, keep putting in the work, and keep staying diligent, and put every day, every minute, every second, every hour in front of you, and let the Most High judge it, and you keep pushing forward. We didn't enter this race to give up or come in second place. We entered this race to win, right? First, did I finish that? Brethren that are in the world, Salakia. But the Elohim of all grace, who have called us unto his eternal glory by Hamashiach Yahushai, after that ye have suffered for a little while. After you had suffered, you gotta suffer. You gotta suffer a little while. Make ye perfect, right? Make ye perfect. Establish, strengthen, and settle you. To him be the glory and dominion forever and ever. Amawah. So I just wanted to bring that out real quick. But let's go back right here where it says, woe be to the fearful hearts, the faint hand, and the sinner that go two ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, right? Faint-hearted. You lack courage. Man, don't lack courage when it comes to the Most High. Do it. Put it all out there, you know? Because the Most High just says right here, woe to him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore, therefore shall he not be defended. And you want to be defended. Believe me, you want to be defended. The Most High is up there. I mean, our King up there, Mashiach Yahushua, he's up there defending you. If you standing down here for him, and you have 10 toes down here for him, then he up there defending you. So you need to not have no faint heart. You need to not lack courage and put in this work, right? Anyway, verse 14, it says, woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when Yahweh shall visit you? This is what I mean. Don't lose patience. Let's get patience real quick. Let me see. Give me this. Let me get this. Galatians 5. Let me see. Galatians 5. Right? And it's a fruit of the Spirit, right? But the fruit of the Spirit, this is Galatians chapter 5, verse 22. It says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, patience. It's the fruit of the Spirit. In Ecclesiasticus, right here, verse 14, 2 and 14, chapter 2, verse 14, it says, woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when Yahweh shall visit you? So if you lost patience out of the book of Galatians, that's the fruit of the Spirit. So if you losing patience, that means you losing the Spirit. That's what the scriptures is bringing out. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. And those who belong to Hamashiach Yahushai have crucified the flesh with its what? Passions and desire. If we live by the Spirit, let us also keep in step with the Spirit. Okay? We got to live by the Spirit. And the fruit of the Spirit is patience. Okay? Hope you guys get that. I could continue on, but for time's sake, I'm not going to make this a long one. It's just so much in here, you know. Man, I'm trying to stop, but I'm just looking at 16, and it says, they that fear Yahweh will seek that. Let me just stop. I'll stop right here. Because if I go up anymore, then I'm going to pull that too. So I'll stop right here at 16. They that fear Yahweh will seek that which is well pleasing unto him. And they that love him shall be filled with the law. Man, they that love him shall be filled with the law. It makes me, I'm telling you, it always makes me think of something else. Let me get this, and then we're going to get out of here, okay? Hopefully this edifies you. Man. It makes me think about these people, you know. Always, like I say, please don't let nobody deceive you. Make sure you go to the scriptures and read them for yourself. And don't believe what men say, right? Don't put your trust in no man. Don't put your trust in me. I'm reading from the scriptures. Only put your trust in the word of the Most High and Yahweh and his only begotten Son, our King, Hamashiach Yahushua. This is Matthew 23, verse 2. Saying to the scribes and Pharisees, sit in Moses' seat. So the scribes and the Pharisees, they sit in Moses' seat, right? They were teaching the law back in Yahushua's time. This is because it says, then spake Jesus, right? Who Hebrew name is Yahushua, to the multitude and to his disciples, as we can see in verse 1. So this is who is speaking, Yahushua. And he's saying that the scribes and Pharisees, they sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you, observe, meaning you do what they tell you to do. That observe and do. Right here it says that. But do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. So they telling the people what's in the law. They telling the people what to do, and what they telling the people what to do is right. It's correct. But the Yahweh Shai is saying, don't do their works though. Don't do what they do, because they say it and then they don't do it. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them one of their fingers. They won't even move one of their fingers. But all their works they do, listen to this, for to be seen of what? What we've been talking about. Man. All the works people do today, most of the people today, and since like they say, is nothing new under the sun since the beginning of the time. People do things for what? To be seen by man. They make broad their look. They make their fringes, everything longer, right? You got your fringes on. You got your ZCs on. You got everything. You know they want everything. And look at this. Enlarge the borders. Of their garments. They want everything large. See, everything. And love the. Listen to this. Verse 6, and love the uppermost rooms of the feast, the chief seats in the synagogues. They want the chief seats in the synagogue. Listen to this. And greetings in the marketplaces. When you out. Shalawam, sister. Shalawam, aunt. Shalawam, my lock. The greetings in the market. And to be called rabbi. But be ye, Salakia, but be not ye called rabbi, for one is your master, even Hamashiach, and all ye are who? Brethren. Rabbi, Greek 4461, rabbi. What is rabbi? Called what? Their rabbi, my great one, my honorable sir. Rabbi, a title used by the Jews to address their teachers, and also honor them when not addressing them. Rabbi, an official title of honor, master, rabbi, teachers. What? Rabbi means teacher. What? And the greetings in the marketplaces, and to be called of man, teacher. But be not ye called teacher, for one is your teacher, even Hamashiach, and all you are brethren. We are all brethren. So nobody is your teacher except Hamashiach. And call no man your who? Father, which people do this very day. Call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father, which is in the Shemayim, Abanawi Yahweh. Come on. Neither be ye called master, for one is your master, even Hamashiach. We got men being called teachers right now, today on this planet Earth. We got men being called masters. We got men being called fathers. In the church, in camps. Father, can I talk to you a second? I'm having a problem. Here comes our leader, teacher, and guide. Everybody give a round of applause. Captain such and such, elder such and such, priest such and such, our teacher. But he that is greatest among you shall be what? Your servant. That's what you should be. You shall be a servant. And whosoever shall exalt, once again, we talked about that earlier in the book of Sirach 1 and 30. Whoever shall what? Salakia. Whoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. Once again, don't exalt yourself. Stop giving yourself these titles. Anyway, I'm about to close out because as you can see, it's going to go on and on and on. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye shut up the kingdom of the Shemayim against man. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye devour widows' houses. Oh, man. And for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore ye shall receive a greater damnation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye compass the sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, you make him twofold more. Salakia, you make him twofold more than child of hell than yourself. Woe unto ye blind guides, which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing, but whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor. Ye fools, and ye, man, I'm going to just leave it right here. Ye fools and blind, for whatsoever is greater, for whether is greater, the gold or the temple that sanctify the gold. Oh, man. And like I say, it could go on and on and on. But at the end of the day, stop exalting yourself, okay? And stop calling yourself teachers. Let me see if it says teacher. I got it in the definition, but I just want to see what it say, like in the New Living Translation or something like that. And then we're going to get out of here. Okay. Salakia. It does say teacher. Don't let anyone call you rabbi, for you have only one teacher, and all of you are equal as brothers and sisters. I bet they don't teach that. And do not address anyone here on earth as father, for only Elohim in heaven is your spiritual father. And do not, I said do not, Salakia. And don't let anyone call you what? For you have only one, that is who? The Messiah. Man, I hope y'all see that. I hope y'all see. I'm going to leave that highlighted right there. Don't let anyone call you teacher, for you have only one teacher, the Messiah. Okay? The Hamashiach, right? The only begotten Son, right? That was sent down here to perish for our sins, right? So hopefully this edifies somebody. We're going to get ready to get out of here right now with that. And as always, you know, we give a big shalawam. And like I say, hopefully it's edifying to you. So with that, shalawam.